Hi everyone, welcome back to Saheb Academy. Today in this sixth video of labor costing chapter, we are going to solve our fifth problem of Halsey and Rowan premium plan. And this question I have taken from ICAI study material illustration 8. And this is a very interesting and little bit complicated question because here you have to make use of little bit mathematics, okay? Because here they have given us factory cost. Factory cost of what? Factory cost of the products made by two different workmen, A and B. Okay, A and B are producing the same product, but factory cost is given of those products separately. And then they have asked us to calculate the time rate, calculate the normal rate of wages, which is nothing but the time rate. And then they have also asked us to calculate the material cost. Fine. And then the last requirement is prepare a statement, a mini statement comparing the factory cost of the product as made by two workmen, right? So here what we'll be doing is we'll be assuming the time rate as X and then cost of material as Y, and then we'll be making the equation 1 and 2, okay, simultaneous equation, and then we'll solve for X first, and then we'll substitute the X value in any of the equation and find out the value of Y. That's how we'll be completing the first two requirements. And then we'll be calculating the labor cost. Yeah, because we don't know the time rate, we can't calculate the labor cost until and unless we know the time rate, right? So we'll calculate the labor cost and then we'll prepare this statement. Fine, this is the overview of this question. So now let's just begin. Let's just read the question first, understand it properly, and then we'll see how to solve it practically. Okay, it's really simple and straightforward. I will teach you, don't worry. Okay, it's really simple. Now see here, two workmen A and B produce the same product using the same material. The normal wage rate is also the same. A is paid bonus according to the Rowan system, while B is paid bonus according to the Halsey system. So till here we come to know there are two people, A and B. They are producing the same product using the same material. Same material means material cost for producing product by A and B will be same. Okay, same material cost will be incurred. And then they are saying their normal wage rate, which means the time rate, is also the same. If time rate is also the same, does that mean that labor cost for A and B will be same? No, of course not, because understand, A and B are two different persons, right? They will be taking different times to produce the same product. Their efficiency is different, isn't it? And they are under different remuneration system. A is under Rowan system and B is under Halsey system. So labor cost will not be equal, it will be different, isn't it? Just the time rate is same. Is it clear? Okay. So that way it will be easier for us to calculate. Time rate is same, right? And that's what happens, right? In a factory, time rate will be same only. And then see here, the time allowed to make the product is 50 hours. They have given us the standard time, which is 50 hours, time allotted or time given. Okay, 50 hours standard time. And then they're saying A takes 30 hours while B takes 40 hours to complete the product. So these are the time taken. Time taken for A is 30 hours and for B it's 40 hours, right? Different persons, different times they will take to produce the same product. Yeah, understandable. Then see here, the factory overhead rate is ₹5 per man hour actually worked. What does this mean? This means the overhead rate. Yeah, how it is recovered over here? It is recovered according to the man hour actually worked, right? ₹5 per man hour actually worked. So you can easily calculate this. Okay. For the product that is made by A, how will you calculate factory overhead for that? It's really simple. You will take the time taken by A, that's 30 hours, into 5. Yeah, if A is working for 30 hours, then you have to take that 30 hours and multiply with 5. Then you will get factory overhead for the A, the product made by A, right? So 30 into 5, that's ₹150. So 150 is the factory overhead for the product made by A. And then for B, it's 40 hours time taken. So you will take that 40 into 5, that's ₹200, isn't it? 5 4 is 20, yeah, ₹200. So ₹200 will be the factory overhead for the product made by B. Is it clear? Simple, you understood that. And then they have given us, see here, the factory cost for the product for A is ₹3,490. Okay, this is the factory cost, net factory cost. And for B, it is 3,600. Fine. And then they are saying, see, the first requirement, compute the normal rate of wages. And then the second requirement, compute the cost of materials. And then prepare a statement comparing the factory cost for the product as made by the two workmen. right? So now let's just begin the solution. Let's just understand. First, what we have to do is first we have to extract all the data in a proper organized format. Okay, let's just do that. See the solution over here. First, we have two workmen, A, which is under Rowan system of remuneration, and B is under Halsey system of remuneration, isn't it? A is paid according to Rowan, B is paid bonus according to Halsey. Is it clear? Okay. And then standard time, same only, the time allowed, which is 50 hours, right? It is said over here. And then what do we take? We take time taken. We know A took 30 hours and B takes 40 hours, right? So we subtract that to get the time saved. You all know time saved will be 50 minus 30, 20 for A, and for B it's 10 hours, 50 minus 40. Is it clear? Simple and straightforward. And then time rate. See, we need time rate, right? So how are we going to get the time rate? See, in the question they have said we don't know the time rate. Just they are saying their normal wage rate is also the same. It's same for both the guys. So what we can do, we can assume it, yeah, time rate assume to be X. Okay, that's what we have to do because we have no other option, right? We don't know the labor cost also, so that we can flip the formula and calculate. No, labor cost is not given in the question. They have just given us standard time, time taken, and time saved we just calculated. So we don't know the labor cost and we don't know the time rate also. So how can we calculate time rate by flipping the formula and all? We can't do that. We have to make use of equations. Okay, simultaneous equation with the factory cost, right? So that's how we'll be calculating. So we'll see. So for now, we can assume it as X, right? And then we also have what? Cost of material. That also we need to calculate, and we don't know that. So we can assume that as Y. Okay, right. Cost of material assumed to be Y, and then factory overhead we can easily calculate, isn't it? I told you now. For A it's 30 into 5, that's 150. Okay, let me just write over here 30 into 5, and for B it's 40 into 5. Okay, 40 into 5. Is it clear? Simple and straightforward, right? So factory overhead for the product made by A and factory overhead for the product made by B, that's 200. And then factory cost is given, that is 3,490 for the product made by A and 3,600 for the product made by B. Is it clear? So these are the values we have extracted from the question. Fine. Is it clear? Now what we have to do is we have to make use of equation, but before that we have to calculate the labor cost as much as we can. Of course we can't calculate the the correct true labor cost. Of course we can't, because we don't have the values, right? But we will solve for that, right, later onwards in the equation. But right now what we have to do is we have to just calculate partially. Okay, see here, it's really simple. See, working note number 1, labor cost. First we'll start with workman A, Rowan. He's under Rowan plan, right? So we have to take the Rowan formula. Okay, total earning is equal to what? TT into TR plus TS divided by ST, yeah, standard time, into TT into TR. You all know the formulas and everything. Yeah, we have solved so many problems now, right? Now, so do we know TT? Yes, we know the TT. TT is how much? 30 hours. So just take that 30 into TR. TR is X. We don't know, right? Time rate. Normal rate we don't know, na? Normal rate of wages, no, we don't know. So we'll just take it as X. And then time saved is 20, right? Time saved is 20 divided by standard time, which is 50, we all know, into TT. TT is 30 only, into TR, that's X. Clear? Easy. Now just solve. 30 into X, that's 30X. And then if you solve this, you will get 12X. Okay, let's just do that in calculator. See here, it's really simple. 20 divided by 50, that's 0.4 into 30, that's equal to 12. 12 into X, that's 12X. Is it clear? Simple. So 30X plus 12X, like terms, that's equal to 42X. Okay, so labor cost of A will be 42X till now. Okay, so we'll make use of this in the equation, in the simultaneous equation of factory cost. Okay, later onwards. Right now we know labor cost of A is how much? 42X. If we just get to know the value of X, which is the time rate, then we'll get the labor cost in the correct value. Is it clear? Yes. And then the same thing you have to do with the B also. So see here, B is under Halsey plan. So what's the Halsey formula? TT into TR and then half of time saved into time rate, isn't it? That's what we do. TT into TR plus time saved into time rate into 50%. This is the formula. So just fill that. See here, time taken by B is how much? 40 hours. 40 into X, and then time saved is how much? 10. Yeah, by the workman B. Time saved is 10 into TR, which is X, and then 50% as it is, right? So 40 into X, that's 40X, and then here 10 into 50%, that's 5 hours, into X, that's 5X. Clear? So like terms, 40X plus 5X, that will be equal to 45X. Is it clear? Simple and straightforward. Yeah, we just use the formulas to get to know the labor cost of A and B. Of course, not the correct value, but as close as possible, right? Right. Now, what we have to do, we have to calculate the first requirement. Yeah, A or 1, we can say compute the normal rate of wages. How will we do that? It's really simple. We will make the equation. How will we make the equation? It's really simple. Understand. See the format of cost sheet. Yeah. What is factory cost? See here, direct material plus direct labor plus direct expense, that's equal to prime cost, isn't it? And then to prime cost, if we add what? Factory overheads, what do we get? We get gross work cost or gross factory cost, right? And then to that, if we add opening WIP and subtract closing WIP, we get the, the net factory cost, isn't it? And that is what is given to us, this thing, factory cost here, 3490 and 3600. Yeah, this thing at last. Now that's the factory cost given to us. Now in this question there are no direct expenses, and then there is no opening or closing WIP. So you can say direct material plus direct labor plus factory overhead. See here, direct material plus direct labor plus factory overheads. Yeah, these three things if you add, you get what? Factory cost in this question. Okay, is that clear to you? So this is the formula you are going to use to make the simultaneous equations. Okay, 2 equations you'll be making out of this formula, right? So it's really simple because 2 workmen are there now. So you'll have to make 2 equations to calculate the value of X and Y, right? So see here, let me just show you. It's really simple. It's not difficult. See, normal rate per hour. Okay, material plus labor plus factory overhead is equal to factory cost. Just now I showed you the cost sheet format and I explained to you how did we get this, right? Direct material plus direct labor plus factory overhead. Now in the question we don't know material, right? Material we have assumed it to be what? Y, cost of material Y, for both the guys, for A also, for B also. It's same now, that's why Y. It's same, isn't it? They have said now using the same material, so it's same. Fine. And then labor. Do we know direct labor? No, we don't know exactly. We just know it's 42x for A, and for B it's 45x. So these are the values we'll be using over here. That's why we calculated the labor cost over here with this formulas, right? So we'll be using this 42x in the equation 1 and in equation 2 45x. Yeah, for A and B I mean. And then factory overhead we know, right? We have calculated factory overhead, isn't it? Factory overhead we have calculated now 150 and 200. So we'll be taking that. And then factory cost also we know, which is given to us directly in the question. See here, 3490 and 3600. Okay, so with this we'll make the equation. See the first equation, for workman A, material is Y, labor is 42x, isn't it? For A, labor cost is what? 42x, and then factory overhead is 150. How 150? 5 into 30, right? Yeah, 150, right? Equal to 3490. And then the second equation, the same way for the workman B, Y plus, yeah, Y is the material, plus 45x is the labor cost, yeah, plus factory overhead 200 equal to 3600. Yeah, 200 is the factory overhead and then 3600 is the factory cost. Yeah, so you have 2 equation over here. So this is the simultaneous equation, right? So now what you have to do, you have to just calculate the value of X over here, right? So this Y and Y will be cancelled out, okay, and then you just have to subtract, right? So we'll subtract 2 minus 1. Okay, you can also do 1 minus 2, but it will be lengthy because you will get negative and then you'll have to make it positive and all. So what will you do? You will do 2 minus 1. Okay, 45 minus 42x, that's 3x. and then 200 minus 150, that's 50. Yeah, positive 50 equal to, and then 3600 minus 3490, 3600 minus 3490, that's equal to 110. Yeah, you get that. And then you'll just solve. It's really simple, right? 50 will go over there, 110 minus 50, that's 60. 3x you have over here, and then 3 will go over there, it will become divide, right? So that will be 20, isn't it? 3 to the 6, right? 0. So that's x equal to 20. Is it clear? So we have found out the value of x. What was x? X was time rate, isn't it? So we have calculated the time rate. Time rate is what? 20 rupees per hour. Is it clear? Yeah, so normal rate per hour of wages is how much? 20 rupees. Is it clear? Simple and straightforward. Now after this, what you have to do, you have to take this x value and substitute it, put it into any of the equation and find out for the y. Easily you can do that, right? So see here, yeah, that's the second requirement actually. Second requirement was calculate the cost of material. First requirement is over. A requirement is over. We have calculated the normal rate, that is 20 rupees per hour. So if we have calculated the normal rate, we have calculated the labor cost also, isn't it? What's the labor cost for A? Labor cost for A will be what? 42 into 20, 840 rupees. Okay. And labor cost for B, earnings for B will be 45 into 20, isn't it? 45 into 20, that's equal to 900. So 900 will be the earnings for B under the Halsey, right? So this is how you have to do it. Fine. So we have got the time rate and labor cost also. You understood how we'll calculate. Now cost of material. How will you calculate cost of material? Really simple. Cost of material was nothing but y in this question, right? We have assumed it to be y. So we'll just substitute. See here. Substitute, yeah, put x value 20 rupees into equation 1. Equation 1 is this. So just take the equation 1, y plus 42x plus 150 is equal to 3490. The first equation, just input the value of x. 42 into 20, that was 840, isn't it? Y plus 42 into 20 plus 150, 3490, the same thing. See, y plus 840, yeah, the same thing. So you will just solve 840 plus 150, that's 990, and 3490 as it is. Then 990 will go over there and it will be subtracted, yeah. 3490 minus 990, that's equal to 2500. So y is equal to 2500. Is it clear? So material cost for workman A and for workman B also, for the product that is made by them, is same only, 2500. So here also it will be 2500, here also it will be 2500. Okay, we have completed the second requirement as well, 2500 and 2500. Okay, the material cost. Is it clear? Simple and straightforward. Now after this, what we have to do, yeah, you understood, right, how we have done this? Yeah. After this, we have to prepare a statement comparing the factory cost of the products as made by the two workmen. Now this is also very simple. It's already done actually. Okay, so see here the comparative statement of the factory cost of the product made by the two workmen. Particulars A and B. Okay, the products made by them actually. So direct material is same, we all know, 2500, 2500. Yeah, what we need to do in this factory cost mini statement, the same thing, direct material plus direct labor plus factory overhead will get the factory cost. Okay, this is what you have to present over here. It's really simple. See, direct material 2500, 2500, it's same, we all know, we just calculated that, right? 2500, yes. And then you will take the direct labor. Direct labor, really simple, just see, here it was 42x and here it was 45x. 42 into 20, 45 into 20, you will get 840, 900. Is it clear? Simple. And then factory overhead. Factory overhead, we have already calculated that, 150 and 200, right? So just take that factory overhead 150 and 200, and then at last you will be able to verify 2500 plus 840, 2500 plus 840 plus 150, that's equal to 3490, which is already given in the question. So if it is same, it's coming same, then you have solved the question right. 2500 plus 900 plus 200, see here, 2500 plus 900 plus 200, yeah, that's equal to 3600. Yeah, 3600, see here, 3600, it's matching, your answer is right. Is it clear? So this is the factory cost. Let me just write it over here. Okay, factory cost, or it's also known as what? Work cost. Is it clear? Yeah. So yeah, that's all you have to do in this question. It was really simple and straightforward. Okay, what did we do over here? First, we extracted the data which was given in the question. We assumed the TR as X and cost of material as Y, and both were same for A and B for both the workmen. And then what did we do? We calculated the labor cost as much as possible. We got 42x over here and 45x over here. We just used the formulas. Here Rowan, here Halsey, and we got the these values 42x and 45x. And then we made the equation. Which equation? Simultaneous equation over here with the factory cost. Yeah, direct material plus direct labor plus factory overhead. Yeah, we made two equations. We cancelled the y over here, we solved for x, we got the x value, and then we took the x value and substituted it in the any of the equation you can substitute, but we substituted in the first equation. We got the y value, that was 2500. Yeah, cost of material 2500, and at last we just prepared a mini statement comparing the factory cost of the two products made by the two workmen. The same product actually, just made by different workmen, right? So that's all for this video. See you in the next video. Bye.